It's 100% focus. Okay? 100% focus. Because if you want to move forward, it's going to take some focus. It's going to take a big heart and some why. You've already got the perfect vehicle. Now it's time to just go get after it and learn exactly what you're doing. More importantly, learn why you're doing it, right? All right. Sorry, gym class heroes. Time to get after it. Hi.
Oh, that's my jam.
My jam.
Hey, happy Monday, everyone.
Ashley just got home from the gym like an hour ago, and we hopped on a follow-up call with some awesome people. That was a blast, by the way. So stay hydrated, by the way. It was well, no, it was 100 and I think it was 103 degrees here in Omaha today with heat index. And I was just the luckiest guy ever because I was painting a house. Basically, we built the second story addition on the back of a house, and they decided that they wanted the whole thing painted, which is fine. I understand that. So that's what I was doing today. So make sure I got to do my little thing here, make sure the volume's all the way up. It's just like a personal thing. Hopefully Carlos is recording. If not, well, I don't know what to tell you because we're not recording. All right, guys.
Oh.
First off, is everybody doing all right?
How is everyone tonight? How was everyone's weekend?
Staying a man's on.
The countdown has begun.
Wanda's doing fantabulous. I assumed as much, Wanda.
We literally have a little over a month before national event.
Yeah. Like 4 weeks from today, I'm going to be like getting my hair cut.
We're going to be stepping on the plane with our friend Don.
Yeah.
We'll be saying hey to Texas, getting some Southern hospitality.
I might
probably
actually
eating some rice and beans and drinking a margarita, maybe.
I might actually buy like some clothes for this conference.
Guys, Adam never buys clothes. I do.
I have a lot of them.
You have a lot of nice clothes.
Yeah, I don't need to buy more. I've got enough.
Except now you need to buy more.
Well, now I guess.
Probably a pair of shorts, a nice pair of khaki shorts or something.
Give me some nice cargos and
maybe a Tommy
flip-flops.
Bahama shirt.
Oh, no.
Fit in.
Oh, no.
I feel like Donald Leaf. So Donald is a neighbor of ours. Literally lives like 10 minutes from us. He's on the team. And Donald is actually on the same flight that Adam and I are on. So we're going to have a good time on our way down to Texas. Something tells me I'm going to be in the middle between Adam and Don, who are just going to be talking over me the entire time.
No, I call window seat.
Me and a good book. Exactly. I'm going to be in the middle.
No, Don will be in the middle.
No,
Yes, it will be. It'll be me, Don, and Ashley. Maybe we trade if he wants a window seat half the flight. The real question is, who's excited about going to Texas here? Unless you already live in Texas, Wanda's just going to be like hop in the car 30 minutes prior to and just cruise right on over there.
It's true. We're going to like make the trek down. So I'm excited.
All right. Well, here's the thing, guys. We talk a lot about duplication on Monday nights. I really like talking about duplication on Monday nights because it's a great way to start your week. Keeps you focused, right?
Yeah.
So it's always important to know what to do next, but not just what to do next with your business. But ultimately you and your thought process. So we're going to get into some thought process, and whether I say the word duplication 300 times or not tonight, I just bet you if you are the person that can do this, understand this, because you are that person, you will duplicate it to people on your team, and you will change their lives and their circumstances because of it. Okay. And so one thing that I really like to do is be very just open and transparent, whether we're talking to Now Lifestyle.
We.
Sorry, we. Well, I just assumed that was understood.
Just making sure. I don't want people to be like, oh, he's transparent, but she's not.
She's a closed book. She's like an onion with all these layers. You got to peel them back.
I'm transparent though. Okay.
And she hates it when I give her loud kisses, so I do it a lot. Yeah. But here's the thing, guys. There is a certain mentality that's important to grow a big business, because you're going to want to be able to tell some people at some point in their business that it's okay to keep going, because they're just that close. Like, they're so close to a breakthrough. And there's so many people. I bet you there might be several thousand people in Now Lifestyle today that are so close to a breakthrough that can change their lives. And I'm talking about change your life forever. Okay. And so I guess it might be a really good time for us to, you guys have heard some of our story. Probably like 2 or 3 weeks from now, our story will be all told, so you guys can quit hearing us talk about it or whatever. But about right before we found Now Lifestyle, we literally had an opportunity to roll over and quit on our dream.
Now let's get that straight.
Yeah, I was hoping that you were going to tell the story because you're such an open book.
That's good. At any point in time, you as a human being can give up. You can say, nope, I'm done. This is too hard. It's whatever, insert your excuse, and you can go do other things.
Yep.
We can do that too. We had been through seasons, plural, seasons.
Multiple.
From when we were 19 and 20 years old, all the way to 31. And
I thought we were 25.
We made a decision to take our business online. We took a leap of faith. We partnered with a company
when we took our business online from offline, we were not unsuccessful offline. How many people came online with us when we made that decision?
To that one?
Yes.
0.
Goose egg.
None followed us. People had, and I get it, people had scar tissue. We had been through.
No, they had scar tissue.
We had scar tissue as well.
I'm sure I heard them anyway.
But but at the end of the day, the reason why Adam and I haven't quit, I might be getting a little ahead of myself, but the reason why we haven't quit is because we know what our life looks like if we do quit. And it looks like us working 60+ hour weeks, us being worried about, financially, if, we're pretty financially well off, but we don't have kids yet. Sending our children to daycare, having to go to work for the man and be literally owned by someone for the rest of your life until you're 65 or dead. We know that's what our life looks like if we don't make a change, if we don't keep going. And so on days when it's hard, on days when we have adversity hit, we understand that. So we could have given up many times throughout our even offline career. But when we came online, we were so excited because it was like we found this thing, we could put our ladder up against this wall, and we invested. If you don't know our story, we invested nearly $5,000 in this company. I went through extensive training. I locked myself in this office. We were in our brand new home. It was our first Christmas, and I literally spent my Christmas break in our office, away from my husband, learning this system.
Yeah.
And we turned on our market. We had just turned on our marketing, and Adam was at wrestling practice one night and texted me. He got a text from one of his friends who wasn't even in our business. He was in a separate business, so he was cross-line from us. And what happened?
First off, I wouldn't say that we're financially well off. That's why we love to pour into people. But I understand what you're saying. We worked hard.
We don't live paycheck to paycheck like we used to.
Right.
Yeah.
What happened was so we had. I remember when we were 20 through 31, just telling Ashleigh that there was going to be a Christmas where she got to have a 10-foot high Christmas tree in a big, beautiful living room. And I was going to do everything that it was going to take to get there. And all of our dreams will have come true by then. And a lot of that happened, except for one very important piece. We were in our new house with a 10-foot high Christmas tree, except that Ashleigh was in this office learning a new vehicle because we had just left everything that we had ever known offline to become online entrepreneurs. And I was at wrestling practice, and I got a text message from my friend. He said, "Hey, did you hear the news?" I'm like, "No,
what news?
Santa Claus isn't coming, or what?"
Yeah.
And he said, "No, the company that we were associated with just got shut down.
Close. FTC shut it down.
Yeah.
Gone. The wall in which our ladder was up against no longer existed. It crumbled down.
It wasn't like we had a ladder up against the wrong building. We had our ladder up against a building that went away, right?
Totally.
And so Ashleigh had spent a month in this office instead of enjoying her first Christmas in her house like I always promised her.
Yeah.
She spent it in here for what we thought was for nothing. We felt extremely just broken and destitute. And we had a decision to make. Do we roll over, or do we go one more and figure it out? And that was when we found Daniel Kump. And you probably have heard this story, but we wanted to talk about this tonight because that was when, our breakthrough didn't happen when there was 1,000 people on our team. Our breakthrough happened for us when we literally had 0 people on our team and just got taken an opportunity. Our breakthrough when we finally sold out to ourselves was after we left everything that we had known for 10 years. We thought we would be in a much different place, than we were when we finally bought our first home and we're having an awesome Christmas. So we had no team, and then we had no business, and then we had a decision to make, and that's when we sold out to ourselves, and it was just before we found Now Lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I will use a term that in part of my language, but we were pissed off for greatness. Pissed off. We were mad. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, we were hurting. And there's so many people right now that are ready for a breakthrough. I'm going to say it again. Our breakthrough happened with no business and 0 people and no income coming in from anything other than our jobs. That's when our breakthrough happened. And so everybody that's on this team right now, when I say, I think there's at least 1,000 people within Now Lifestyle that are that close to their breakthrough. What happened when we had our breakthrough was we finally sold out to ourselves in our dream. Okay. It's easy to say that you've got a dream when you're putzing along and you make a little money here and there and you're growing. Some people are edifying you. We didn't sell out to our dream until it went away and we got mad about it. That was when our hearts got ripped out. Okay. And when our hearts got ripped out and we sold out to ourselves, it was the whatever it was going to take mentality.
And it still is the whatever it's going to take. As a business owner, I remember seeing a life as an entrepreneur image, and it's a roller coaster. It's the high highs and the low lows. And guys, it's easy entrepreneurship is lonely, but that's the amazing thing about this community. That and like so many people, I mean, we talk to people that struggle with things like little struggles, big struggles, whatever it is. But man, I'm so glad we just kept going, because at the end of the day, like we can think about all these like happy pie in the sky
happy thoughts
dreams,
don't pay the bills.
But you have to go sell out to yourself, not just a company, yourself.
Yep.
And Adam and I have said from day one that we're going to be successful with or without whatever company we are with.
Yep.
And it's because we refuse to give up. It's because we choose to always keep going. And that was a very real, I remember that day and the feeling.
I still know what it felt like when I came home, because she was in the office working on a company that wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, their website was still up.
And I was like, oh, babe, we need to talk. Come here.
But what we did, we're people of faith. We stopped and we prayed together and we praised. We just were like, we know, Lord, that you are working good in all things and there's a victory here.
Yep. And
we are just going to stay diligent and we are going to be a team in this. And we are not giving up, because our future family, and the future of our lives, truly, and the legacy that we want to leave depends on Adam and Ashleigh not quitting right now.
So the duplication part of this, that was kind of a long story, but I think it was important to share. If you show up on Monday night, you just better be ready to roll.
We like bring in the realness Monday. Daniel gives the positivity on Tuesday with talking to
the Weebers and Legiers are so awesome, you guys.
And they just like top it off.
Yeah. We just try to be the intro to the week, if anything. But the duplication aspect of this is very simple. There's so many people ready for a breakthrough, but what's going to happen to thousands and thousands of people around you if you have that breakthrough is what we get excited about. I think Wanda said something earlier. She said, if we had rolled over, none of you guys are here right now.
Yeah.
And that may very well be true. If Joel Terrian had not went 2 solid years before making his first sale at 3 a.m. in 1998 for $9.97, none of us are here. So the power of duplication comes down to ultimately having a dream, but being willing to go get to where you need to be. So the duplication aspect of this is, if you want to go from 1 person to 10 people, there's going to have to be, you're going to have to enter the next season, which first and foremost means you're going to have to keep going into the next steps. Okay. I always heard this, every level, there's a different devil. What does that mean? Well, there's going to be another challenge at every single level. It's different than what it was when Ashleigh and I were going from 0 to 10 people. Okay. From 10 to 100, from 100 to 1,000. It's always changed here and there, but here's what didn't change. The duplicatable system. We still have the exact same follow-up that we did with Lori Dodson like 6 months ago. Exact same one. Because here's what you got to understand. Set up your LCS. Drive traffic. That's the easy part. What's the hard part? It's figuring yourself out. You got to figure yourself out. Because you might have a meeting scheduled and you'll just say, nah, they're not going to show up. I'm not going to hop on. What's the point? I guarantee you they're not going to show up if you don't show up. Right? So going one more is something that we want to talk about tonight. Hopefully, we probably could have done a little bit more eloquently, but sometimes it's, you know what, it's Monday. Been doing the same stuff you guys been doing this week. Ashley, you know what, you should share the Colonel Sanders story. Probably a lot of people know this, but it's powerful to just decide that you're going to go one more. You're going to go one more day, or you're going to do it one more time, because that's how close you are to your breakthrough.
Adam and I were talking about people in the past or in history that have essentially not given up or persevered or have gone one more in their life. And there's so many examples of actors and actresses and people that have done things. And there's the Ray Kroc story, which is awesome. I don't
recommend McDonald's, but
I don't recommend eating it, but it is an amazing story. So I actually gave a talk last week at work about how to basically break through your comfort zone. And I gave some different examples. And the one that I thought was most interesting was Colonel Sanders. So Reba McEntire, and I don't know what other actors now portray him.
Jim Gaffigan.
Like any actor portrays him. Norm Macdonald, I think, has.
All you got to do is have white hair and like a white goatee and put a white suit on with a black tie.
Yeah.
And you're automatically, everybody knows you're Colonel Sanders.
Yep. So
talk about doing something with your life.
The true story about Colonel Sanders is, what I love about this is that he actually, at the age of 50 years old, so being 50 years old, a lot of people are like kind of winding down from their lives, maybe starting to think about retirement. He's like, nope, screw that. I'm going to go learn how to make fast fried chicken. And he develops a recipe. It took him years to develop this perfect recipe that allowed for pressure cooked fast fried chicken that was consistent, like across the board. All right. So then 50, that happened. At the age of 62 years old, he sets out to sell. So 12 years later, I feel like it's the SpongeBob thing. 12 years later,
I don't know that one.
He takes, it's all right.
Is it this one? Full screen?
That one.
Sorry, I'm playing around with the conference software.
He takes his $150 Social Security check, which is all he had, and begins to travel the United States and take his fried chicken to restaurateurs to share with them in order to sell it. He's trying to sell his concept to these restaurants. And he travels to over 1,000 restaurants. Imagine being 62 years old and hitting the pavement like, nope, I'm going to keep going because I got life in me and I got fried chicken to sell. 1,000 no's. He was laughed out of restaurants for his fast fried chicken concept.
Who's laughing now?
A very smart business owner in Salt Lake City, Utah said yes. After 1,000 no's, said yes to Colonel Sanders. They were the first ever KFC franchise in the United States. Years later, Colonel Sanders went on to sell KFC for a beautiful dollar amount to a group of investors. It began to franchise out. How much
was it, do you think?
It was $2 million at the time, which is not a lot today, but it was a lot. He got franchise fees. I mean, and he's gone on to become an icon. This is a guy who, after traveling the U.S. at 62 years old, pounding the pavement, could have just said, no, this is too hard. Maybe he would have said no at no 5,000. Like, nope, no one's going to do this. But he kept going. He just kept going. He didn't give up. And at 62 years old, boom, took one yes. That's it. And Wanda, we do love his fried chicken. It is so good. And those buns, never mind. I'm trying to stay away from.
I'll tell you what, somebody in Now Lifestyle, maybe I'm talking to one person right now. Somebody is going to start a legacy with this company.
# be like Colonel Sanders.
Well, whatever it is, I'm speaking this right now over everybody watching, because there's 50,000 people on the Now Lifestyle Facebook page and 70 of them are on here tonight. So you want to separate yourself from the masses, you're doing it right now. Somebody on this live right now in this moment is going to start a legacy with this company. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying somebody watching this is going to start a legacy.
I'm proclaiming that. I'm speaking that right now.
Okay, then.
So.
But seriously.
But for real.
Somebody's going to do that. Somebody's going to do it so big. Somebody that nobody even sees coming is going to come on. They're going to understand how awesome this system is, how simple it is, and how duplicatable it is. They're not going to ask anybody's permission to do it, and they're going to go do it.
They're going to go do it. They're going to go learn it. They're going to go teach it to people. That's where, man, I feel like someone out there tonight is having like thoughts like,
guarantee it.
This is hard. I don't understand it. The moment you start to learn, you equip yourself with with like weapons of knowledge
Yep.
that you can take and implement in your business. I remember, do you remember when you started having light bulb moments as
Yep.
we were walking through like understanding what a lead capture system is? We went and Googled stuff because we didn't know all of it. Like I literally had to know what a lead capture system is, what a funnel is, because those are key concepts in growing an online business. And if I don't know something, I go Google it. I don't just go to Daniel, our coach, and say, hey, what's this? I go find out for myself.
Why do we not go ask Daniel everything?
Because we don't need to.
Because we don't want to duplicate that on our team.
Yes. And there's this magical thing called the internet that exists. Do you remember having to look stuff up in encyclopedias back in the day?
No, I never did that.
Man, that was tough.
Nope.
Anyway.
I would just go ask somebody that knew the answers. You guys want to know a really cool thing I learned from a mentor about 10 years ago?
Oh.
No. He was a high school math teacher. He was financially independent and didn't go to work anymore when he was my mentor. And he told me that the United States education system is the dumbest thing ever. He said, all we try to do is get kids to memorize things so that they can pass a test. He said, what if we taught them where to find the answers to their questions? Now, he was a math teacher, and this is what he taught his kids. He said, look, if you want to know the answer to the question or to the problem, let me show you. It's in the back of your math book. Because everybody knows those old math books, if they were in high school the same time I was, about 12, 13, 14 years ago. You could always open the back of your math book, and it had the answers to every question, right? And he said, you know what I learned and where I became successful? Instead of trying to figure out the answers for myself, I learned where to find the answers to my questions, okay? And he was telling this to his kids. He's like, I understand you got to graduate high school. I get that. But I'm going to teach you how to go find the answers you're looking for versus spending 10 years looking for them. We've got the answer with Now Lifestyle to so many people's questions about this industry, about online business. It all comes down to where can you go to find the answer to your question. If it's not your mentor and it's not on nowlifestyle.com, I guarantee you someone in this organization can answer your question. If you're on this live right now, you're already doing the first really smart thing, which is you're getting plugged in, okay? There is an answer to every single one of your questions, and you can learn about them from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on right here on this Conference Center software. Instead of spending your time getting frustrated, actually, I'll tell another story in a minute. Just go know where the answer is. Ashleigh, now I'm not saying that it's not important to empower yourself, but Ashleigh would spend 3 days looking for one question. I said, Ashleigh, just go to the person that has the stinking answer so we can move on. And every time she did that, we moved on. But if you're going to duplicate that, you better be willing. If you're going to go ask your upline every question every 5 minutes, you better be willing to teach your team and commit to them the way your upline's committing to you. That's all I'll say.
Allow for your team to expect the same of you.
Yep.
So
you said it right. Allow for your team to expect the same of you.
And if you don't want to, then don't. Set up a team, set the precedent and the culture on your team of people that go seek knowledge out for themselves.
We kind of try to have a healthy balance there because I want to help our people. I also want them to be motivated enough to go learn something for themselves. But don't spend 3 days doing it. If you can't figure it out, go ask somebody that has the answer.
Yeah. Chances are it's not that complicated.
It was for me.
It's not that complicated.
Well, she's much smarter than me.
Well, and here's what's even better about these lives. I saw someone ask a question. That's awesome. It was great to see people answering that below, but we always do a Q&A at the end of these webinars. And we usually give about 10, 15 minutes for Q&A at the end. I think the Webergs do. I know Loureiro does. I know Don and Janet Loureiro do. And I think Daniel does.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So just an FYI.
By the way, anybody that missed Wanda Levy last week with Daniel, you guys missed out.
Amazing. She's so amazing.
Kicking butt.
Her and her husband.
Yep.
They go together like ketchup and mustard.
Yeah. Peas and carrots, I don't know.
Like
really solid couple, that's what we're trying to say.
Like salsa and nachos.
Salsa and nachos.
Well, they're from the South.
Like salsa and tortilla chips, I think is what you meant.
That's
because nachos and that's different.
Yeah, I know. Bread and butter. Thanks, Donald. Appreciate it.
There you go.
Are we ready for questions?
We might be. Hopefully anytime that we come on live and we just try to hit things from a little different angle, that it adds value to you, because we don't ever want to come on and be robotic.
Daniel?
I refuse.
Daniel, were you in our kitchen tonight? Because we had brats and twice baked potatoes.
No,
you
I
had
did
that
not.
tonight.
No, I did not.
We had that last night.
Mr. Kump, I had a chicken cordon bleu and a twice baked potato.
We had that last night. Daniel, I see you.
Yep.
Sorry.
Anyways,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
what
to
I was
interrupt you.
saying, we really try to hit things from a different angle. We want for everybody to think. Think and Grow Rich. If you've never read that book, I think you should all check it out. But we want you to think and see things from different angles, because every single one of you is an individual. It's just that you all got the same vehicle. That's so awesome. But it doesn't mean that we have to be robotic in duplication. You just got to understand the simple things that are duplicatable. Set up your LCS, drive traffic, follow up. What do you do at your follow up? You're going to want to teach that brand new person what an LCS is, how to set it up, and then explain driving traffic, so that when they have their follow-ups, they can do the same thing that you just did. Boom. How powerful is that? How simple is that?
Pretty simple.
And the beat keeps running.
Look at this. It's the kind of dog you want.
Oh, yeah.
That's that.
Ashley's looking at dogs. Okay, guys,
James.
let's do some questions.
Who has questions?
Hey, I need to explain something to you guys. If you have not, she was hitting the gym. If you guys haven't noticed, there's a brand new funnel available to run traffic to.
But you guys got to go find it in your back office. We're not going to tell you where it's at.
I just bet you can find it, and I just bet I'm running traffic to it.
Wanda saw it. Yeah, what's up? All right.
And I'll just bet it converts really nicely, like all of the other funnels that are pre-built for us within the lead capture system.
Mm-hmm. Walter asked, solo ads. Who is the best source for solo ads?
I don't know if I would recommend any one person. Any traffic is better than no traffic.
True. Walter, good question, though. You could always follow up with your coach.
Yep.
And ask as well. I know a lot of different coaches have relationships with different solo ad providers. So
I think they're all good. As long as you're running traffic, you can't lose.
Brett says I have cool eyebrows. Thanks, Brett. Without this on though, I have my eyebrows hair is like really light.
Okay, well, all right then.
I'm a very
You guys want to hear a funny story?
It's so random.
Ashley was trying to tweeze my eyebrows yesterday with this, and that's why this is sitting on the desk.
He gets these long eyebrows. Anyway.
She got a few of them.
Thanks, Daniel. So Daniel just dropped the link to the new coaches funnel. You just have to put your ID behind it. He's so thoughtful.
Thoughtful.
Daniel, I was going to make people work for it. So they're on fleek. Okay, thank you.
They are on fleek.
Guys, you're just making me feel so good about my eyebrows right now.
Well, pluck some more of mine, because I want mine to be on
them.
fleek too.
I don't know if that can.
Whatever, guys. I guess. Keep working on my eyebrows.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. No, but for real, if you've got questions, we want to answer them. Because here's what's going to happen during your week. You're going to have a question and you're going to go, oh, I should have asked that Monday night.
Yep.
Shucks.
Yep. Maybe somebody will have no questions and say, like, I totally didn't even understand a word they said this evening.
You guys were talking about somebody's eyebrows. And
they went from
Sanders.
Eyebrows like fried chicken.
Yeah.
And somehow we're supposed to duplicate eyebrows and fried chicken, and I'm just so confused right now.
Amanda asks, Facebook leads, what category do they fall under?
Now lifestyle paid leads.
Boom. Under your lead capture system.
Yep.
That's where those leads go.
Yep.
Hi, Carmen.
Carmen, what's up?
How about everyone thinks of questions before the webinar?
Now that's very duplicatable, Stan.
Always coming prepared.
What's funny? Stan was on a webinar with us like 45 minutes ago also.
Mm-hmm.
It was an awesome time too.
Learning. Do we have a sample of what to send to Facebook leads?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you've got, here's the important thing about this too. Facebook leads, you want to really focus on following up several times, because that person wants to know that you're a real human being on the other end of a computer. Yeah. If they give you a phone number, text them. Just say, hey, saw that you set up a free account with Now Lifestyle. I'd really like to show you the power behind Now Lifestyle, because you've only got limited access right now with a free account. Is there a time where we could connect? You can, here's what I try to do. I really like to send people voice text messages, because once they hit play, they're going to hear your voice and know that you're real. Some people don't get voice text messages, or they can't send them. You don't want to send somebody a book in a text message. That's why I like voice messages. But if they have an email address, which they all do, just be yourself. Just introduce yourself.
Well, and I think for Facebook leads, they come in as free members. You have this awesome thing called the VIP membership, which is $9.99 a month. It is limited access. But what you could do is queue up, obviously, broadcast emails to send to those people and just outline. I talk to people about feel, felt, found. Use those 3 things for follow-ups, no matter what they are. So you can even tell your story about, how you feel, or how you felt rather, before you found Now Lifestyle.
Feel, felt, found.
Feel, felt, found. Yeah.
I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. Here's what I found.
Thank you.
You're
so
welcome.
much better at that than
Hey
I am.
guys, somebody asked how you send a voice text message. It depends on your phone service. If you got an iPhone,
Ooh.
there's a little microphone there that you just hold it.
Okay, here's a great thing. This would be a great thing for people to Google, depending, because there's 100 different mobile devices
You've got
out
an
there.
assignment.
If you have an iPhone, go Google how to send a voice text from
Homework.
an iPhone. If you have an Android or whatever it is, I would do that. Sorry, I just don't want to confuse anyone.
That's okay. They're a Facebook lead, guys, which means that they're on Facebook. Okay? If you can friend them on Facebook, it's a really powerful way to connect with a Facebook lead.
Yeah, good question. Wanda, explaining again about guaranteed paid signups, which is one of the forms of traffic that Joel and the team at Now Lifestyle do market, and we can actually purchase.
Great question.
They're awesome. So guaranteed paid signups, and the fact that they don't land on your lead capture campaign or an autoresponder campaign. How do you get them connected to that system? Great question, Wanda. Do you want me to screen share this quick?
If you'd like to, sure.
Happy to. Let me just pull up my Now Lifestyle back office. All right, so here's what you want to do. If you make a decision to purchase guaranteed paid signups, if you are brand new to this, I would definitely check with your coach, sponsor, whoever about guaranteed paid signups, and just make sure that before you make that investment, you understand how to follow up with those people, because these are leads that are coming in and they're ready to rock. Like, they've said yes to Now Lifestyle, they've signed up for a membership, and like, you want to make sure you're following up with these people and getting them plugged into the system. Okay, so how do you do that? Let me log in before I share my screen, and I'm going to pop out of here, and I'm going to.
Are you just going to?
And I'm just going to talk my way through this.
Speak in third
That's
person.
what I do. Ashley,
What is Ashley doing next?
Ashley is going to Now Lifestyle. Okay, beautiful. Hopefully everyone can see my screen. Yes, they can. All right. When you get a guaranteed paid sign up in your back office, they're going to show up.
Reseller tools.
Yep. They're going to show up in your holding tank. Where's your holding tank, Adam?
It's under your business.
Yeah.
And then your downline.
What?
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Oh, I positioned my
Alright,
people.
buddy.
I should have held off on it.
You'll
They're
see
going to
them
end
here.
up right here.
And you'll get an email that says, congratulations, you have a new guaranteed paid sign up.
Yep.
So their email will be in there. I'm just going to, okay, here, for example, ignore all this. This is someone's email. Please, someone don't steal their email. That'd be great if you didn't.
Yeah, well, maybe we shouldn't do that.
Okay, we're not going to do that. You would essentially want to copy their email from this table here, okay? Now what you're going to do, so you make sure that that person is getting your broadcast emails. Here's what you want to do.
Yep.
Go to Now Lifestyle Product Suite. You don't want to enter them into your lead capture system. I walked someone through this last week and I did it incorrectly. To that person, I apologize. No one's perfect. If you try to put them into your lead capture system, they're going to be pending. You actually want to add them to your autoresponder. Now, if you don't have, let's double check something here. You want to make sure you create a campaign in your autoresponder, at which you can just double check. So you can add a campaign right here, how to do that. Beautiful. Now you're just going to select where you want to add them to. So Adam and I, ours is under direct members. That's where we add all of our folks. I'm going to.
We sponsored 140 people personally in the last 6 months.
I think more than that.
Probably
I
more
don't
than
know.
that. We should
Yeah.
probably put some more in there.
All right. So from Now Lifestyle Product Suite, autoresponder, I'm going to subscribers, add subscriber. I'm going to select what campaign. And if you only have one, don't worry about it. Adam and I have a couple campaigns. I'm going to enter in their name. So let's say it's Adam and I, and their email address. I'm going to select add. Beautiful. From there, it'll come up and it'll say, oh, you added this person. Here's their email. It's active, which is a good thing. And when did you create it? On that date. Beautiful. And that is how you add people from guaranteed paid signups into a list. That's how you do it. Hopefully that helped. Again, a little advanced if you are, oops, did I hit stop sharing? Yes. A little advanced if you're brand new to this, but for people that are purchasing guaranteed paid signups, now you know.
I think it took
What
us
did
about
David do?
4 months before we realized that we needed to add them to a
cool.
list. That's okay.
Yeah, you do that before adding them to your downline. It doesn't matter, Stan. You can add them before, or after, as long as you just copy their email
It's nice
address.
just because you've got all their info in your holding tank. So before I actually position somebody in my downline, I send them a text message and an email because it's simple, and then I'll go add them.
Yep. David said, you notice you added yourself. Is that for confirmation? No, I just added myself for the sample.
Just an example.
Just an example. That could have been anybody or whoever was in our holding tank. So,
it's just you can't add them into your Jason's question. So if you're not using autoresponder now, it should start prior to buying guaranteed paid signups. It's just you can't add them into your LCS. You have to add them into your autoresponder because that's the only way you can make a different list.
you cannot, so to confirm, you cannot manually add people to your lead capture system. Your leads have to physically go to the page and opt in. And when you have a guaranteed paid sign up, they've actually come in through Joel's marketing and they're assigned to you. So you will want to add them to your autoresponder.
LCS and autoresponder are two different things. The LCS is created for you. Your autoresponder can be used for anything online or offline. And it's just part of your membership.
Yes, there's a video about using the autoresponder. It's in the back office under the autoresponder tab, and you can check out the video there. Great question.
Yep.
Cool. It is 8:37. Are there any other questions from anyone? Do you have questions? Everyone was so
I
nice.
feel
They
like
were
you need a
saying hi to each
microphone
other.
or something.
We have one.
Here.
We still haven't used it. How sad is that?
Well, if you're going to use radio voice, use radio voice.
Buzz,
Maybe
buzz,
you can do a sign off.
buzz, buzz, buzz.
Do a sign. You should do an Aaron Neville sign off.
No, don't make me do that.
Do Aaron Neville.
Mm-mm.
The people want you to. If you want Ashleigh to do Aaron Neville, say please do Aaron
No,
Neville.
I'm not your monkey.
Okay, but you're
I'm
going
not
to
your
let him
circus
down.
monkey. Maybe if people are in Texas, I'll do a little Aaron Neville for them. So it's pretty awesome. Sweet. Eddie asked how the binary works. There's actually an awesome video on the binary in the back office.
Yeah, right now it's a PDF file as far as how the payment plan works, but it's important. It's important to understand that. The best way to learn the pay plan is to grow the team, and then you can watch it unfold, which is one of the things that we did. It's really pretty awesome. The pay plan is very unique and very powerful if you understand it. We can actually, maybe we should get into the pay plan here more in the future on Monday nights, especially in regards to duplication. So that's good. Good. I'm glad you brought that up. You can definitely learn about the pay plan. You don't have to wait for the next Monday night, but we'll get into that.
What's he doing?
I was moving that because we need to go down our elevator.
Oh, my legs hurt from spin.
Oh. Will there be a replay? Hopefully, if somebody recorded it. Typically, we don't record these. We do appreciate it when they're recorded. I really like it when people just show up live, though. Yeah, we're doing the elevator exit. No, I can't do it.
My legs are killing me.
Ashleigh did legs day, so evidently we cannot use. It's really funny because the elevator is opposite of stairs, so you should use the elevator if you did legs day. Now these people just don't understand what we're talking about.
Sean, thank you for sending out the where to find the binary video. If anybody caught on to that, Sean posted that. Thanks, Sean Mullen.
Cheer Ashleigh on. We need to go down the elevator.
Also, thanks, Carlos, for recording.
I'm so committed to the elevator.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not doing it alone. It only works if we're holding hands and we push the button at the same
I
time.
don't have the right pants on.
Well, you can't see your legs when you're doing the elevator exit.
Pants tonight. You didn't tell me we were
You
doing
can't
this.
see them.
Yes, you can. Anyway.
It's important to be good teammates with your spouse. And then they should always make sure that they listen to their husband.
Yeah. Hey,
and
so
do the elevator exit.
can I one last question
Sorry.
from Jerry, because he's asked this a couple times. I don't want to say our Jerry, you're not our.
That's Jerry.
That's Jerry from.
I'll just bet
the
it's
team.
Jerry.
Jerry, we can follow up with you, but basically you do the autoresponders. You do have to set up broadcast emails, the same that you would set those up on the lead capture system.
Yeah.
But you can simply just copy them over.
Copy
Very
paste.
simple to do. So.
Yes, we can show you exactly how to do that, sir.
All right.
Evidently,
Are we
not
taking the
going-
elevator?
Yeah, we're taking we're taking the elevator.
But if you see my pants, you owe me
Well, you have workout pants on. It was legs day, okay? You're using the Now Body supplements.
you owe me.
Oh, Jason, it's there. Oh, it's there. There it is.
You need to explain that for anybody who's new. That's a whole
Guys,
angle, Adam.
it's not a horrible angle. Here's the thing. There's an elevator that's in our office, and it only works. It's kind of like Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, like magical things happen in our office. And so if we're holding hands and we push the button on our whiteboard, it magically becomes an elevator and the floor falls out from under us.
And Adam's knees magically pop when we're going down for some reason.
Well, I did not do legs day today.
I don't know why.
Don't duplicate
All right,
this.
come on. All right, so we're going to hit the thing. You guys have an awesome Monday, a great rest of your week. Don't forget to check
Elevator
out
music.
Whoa. Don't forget to check out Daniel Kump live tomorrow night. I don't know. Who's he interviewing tomorrow
I
night?
bet we'll get an email about it in the morning. It's going to be awesome.
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Check him
Same
out.
bad time, same bad channel. Here.
We're holding hands now.
Ding!
And we'll see you later. Do, do, do,
Give them the wave.